Hello. Thank you for coming in today, Terrell. How are you? I am one of the case managers here. My name is Miss Michelle, and I'll be in charge of your case and taking on your case and helping you out today. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little stressed, but I'm here. I'm here.
All right. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a case manager for the past 16 years. I do have a bachelor's degree in human services. I've been working here at the school for the last 3 years. And just so that you know, by you being a student here, everything of our services is included with your tuition. So you don't have to worry about any additional fees or charges or anything like that. That's why your student ID was checked when you came in, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Also, before we get started, I want to go over some paperwork. You know, everything we do around these parts these days has some paperwork involved, okay?
Okay.
The first thing we want to talk about is our confidentiality agreement, all right? This basically just lets you know that everything we talk about here is private. It's intended for your privacy. You are 18 years old. I do not have to disclose anything to any parents or anything of that nature without your consent, without you asking me to, without me asking your permission to do so. Okay.
Okay.
Now there are some what we say loopholes. Okay. There are certain instances where if you disclose to me you're having thoughts of hurting yourself, hurting others, if it sounds like to me that you're being abused or you're abusing someone else, those are things that I do have to disclose to law enforcement, my management team, and other folks of those kind of natures. Do you understand that or have any questions for me?
Yeah, I think I get the gist of it now.
All right. You also have a right to privacy. Okay. So you have a right to keep everything we say here confidential. You don't have to tell anyone you sort out our services. Okay. And I don't talk to anyone about it unless you tell me it's okay to. All
Okay.
right. Any questions about this form?
No.
All right. You don't mind signing there for me, and I'll make sure that you get a copy of everything we discussed here today.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing we want to go over is a authorization of release of information. I get this from all of my clients because in the event that I refer you to any of additional services, they may want to talk to me about why you came in to see us, what your backgrounds are, some of your demographics, even simply giving them your name and your birthday. I can't do that without your consent. Okay. Of course, whatever program that I am intending to refer you to or comes up in my case plan or how I'm deciding to go with this, I will always discuss that with you first. Always get your consent with it first. But this is a form that I'll have on file that allow me to exchange that information back and forth. Okay.
Okay.
It also allows in any instances that you seek any counseling or medical treatment that is all tied in with this counseling. This allows them to talk to me, give me updates on how you're doing, report to me any concerns they may have, and I will be able to report to them any concerns I may have so that we can better serve you as a collective. Okay? Any questions about that?
Yeah. I mean, will they ask me for like my to pay for anything or?
Um, I can always ask that up front. I'll always inform you of what their policies and procedures are.
Okay.
I'm guessing you asked that question because finances is limited at this point. So that helps me because then I can look for services that may be free of charge. Okay?
Thank
All right.
you.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
No, I'm good.
All right. If you don't mind signing that there. And again, you'll get a copy of that to go home with you. All right. And the last thing I want to have you sign is your HIPAA. This is just a formality on top of all of the other things. This just explains to you that everything we talk about here is treated like your medical records, okay? I won't disclose anything again. I won't relate anything to anyone unless you tell me to. When I have someone who may need certain information about you, I will tell you what that team is. I'll tell you what that organization is, and you will give me that verbal permission to let that go. This release just acknowledges that I told you that that's going to be a possibility and that you're okay with it. But again, I would always get your reconfirmation that it's okay to send.
Okay.
Okay? You want to sign that for me? All right. Now that we have some of that out the way, my question to you is the general one. Tell me, what brings you in today? Why are you here to see me? What's going on?
I'm really in a bind.
Okay.
You know, I did something, I was helping out one of my homeboys. He wanted some cash, so he wanted to go pawn his computer, but he's not 18 and I am. I went to the pawn shop, pawned the computer, and now I'm getting calls from the police saying that the computer was stolen. I have no ideas. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to turn to my homeboy, but I ain't do this. I ain't do this. I don't want to get kicked out of school. I don't want to lose my job.
Okay.
I'm stressed. I just don't know what to do.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that can be a stressful situation. I can understand how someone so young could be stressed out by that, not knowing what the outcome can be. Knowing that that's the initial reason that you came in to see me, I want to ask you some general questions about your background just to see what kind of support and resources that you already may have in line, even though you might not think you do. Okay. This will just help me try to figure out what is needed. Okay. So tell me about your family history. Like, how did you grow up? What's going on in your family dynamic?
I ain't really got no family.
Okay.
I grew up in foster care. I would have loved to be a part of a family, to be, have that adoption. It ain't never happened. But, in high school, I played football.
Okay.
And the coach, like a father to me.
Okay.
Looked out.
Is that someone you still in contact with?
Yeah, I talk to him like, twice a week.
Okay.
I don't want to let him down,
Okay.
I just don't want to let him down.
All right. Have you discussed with him about what's been going on with you lately?
Miss Michelle, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm too ashamed. Like,
okay.
what he gonna think about me?
Okay. All right. Well, maybe that's something we can revisit later, because sometimes we can be counterproductive to ourselves. Sometimes we think that people will be ashamed of us when people will just be understanding. But that's something that we will revisit later, okay?
Okay.
What about your current relationship status? You got a girlfriend, or are you seeing anybody? You dating?
No. I tend to say to myself,
okay,
I work. That's my relationship. I work.
Okay. What about your living arrangements? I
live on campus.
Okay.
But I'm stressed when it comes to that. Like, me and my roommate, it's not like we don't get along, but we don't got no common interest. And, like, more importantly, when it's time for break, I don't got nowhere to go. I would really love, to really, like, be able to have, like, a place to go during, like, winter break and summer break. But I don't really have any housing.
Okay. All right. So I don't want to assume about your educational background. I know you're a freshman here, correct?
Yes.
So I would just imagine that your educational background is high school and then this first year of college. How did you do in high school? Like, what were your grades like?
I mean, coach didn't play that. You had to keep your GPA up to play. So,
okay.
I mean, schooling, I put myself in my books.
Okay. So even you feel like you get good grades while you're on campus here?
Yeah. I don't play when it comes to that, because I just know that being educated will help me get to the next level of some security.
Okay.
I love computers, and that's my major. I'm a computer science major.
Well, that's a good major. That's the future. AI taking over. All right. What about any military background, ROTC, anything like that when you were in high school?
No.
And you did mention you worked. Give me your employment history. Is this your first job? Is it just
Yeah, I mean, it's my most consistent job.
Okay.
I work as a stocker at Walmart.
Okay. Is this a full-time or part-time?
Part-time.
Okay.
Part-time hours.
All right. Is there any concern when it comes to finances?
Yeah, I want more money eventually, but I can't work too much. I mean, I want to make sure, like I need more money. Like, I gotta pay tuition. I gotta pay for a lawyer. I don't have it like that.
Okay.
And I just feel like,
So you got a balance left over with your tuition?
Yeah, that's why I'm working, trying to get these hours at Walmart, to keep paying off tuition. But what if they lock me up and I lose my job at Walmart? How much?
One step at a time, Terrell. One step at a time. I understand. Okay. What about any medical history? Do you have any chronic illnesses or anything that I need to know about? Are you managing any mental illnesses or anything of that nature?
No, I'm good.
All right. Now, I understand everything that's recently went on with the law enforcement and the justice system. Are there any other legal history, open pending charges? Do you have a criminal background at all or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I know I hear that you say you're alone a lot, or you think you like alone or by yourself, but do you have any social interests or any recreational interests other than school?
I mean, I like playing video games.
Okay.
That's my release. I ain't really got to talk to nobody.
Okay.
But, I do want to get out. a lot of my friends moved away when we all went to college, and so I don't really have that peer support that I used to have. And so I think I'm a little nervous to get back out there because, they knew my situation about me growing up in foster care, but I'm a little nervous, I'm going to get judged.
Well, that's something we can probably work on. Mm-hmm. So I hear all of this. I hear the stress. I hear the loneliness. I hear the legal issues that sprung out of nowhere. I hear the not wanting to tell on a friend, probably feeling like it's the only friend that you have. But with all of that going on, tell me about what your strengths are. What are some of your skills? What are some of your successes that you can say you're proud of?
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely, I love computers, so I'm good at fixing things. I'm a team player, I'm a stock at Walmart, so I gotta help the team put stuff on the shelves. I'm accountable. I'm accountable. Okay. So I got some good things. I mean, and my coach just taught me how to be a hard worker. Okay. Hard work, pays off in the end.
It does. All right. Well, I heard a lot. We've talked about a lot, and I want to just recap it. I want you to tell me if I missed anything. Okay. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that I'm addressing the core issues you came in for and helping you manage some of the other issues that I'm hearing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this is what I'm hearing that needs to be addressed. We definitely need to help you with the legal issues. I'm thinking about the fact that you're financially strapped, and you probably income-wise qualify for the public defender's office, or legal aid. So I'll be looking into seeing what that requires referrals for, probably setting you up so you can talk to someone in the legal field to give you legal advice, because I'm not authorized to do so. Okay. The other thing is I know that you haven't been charged, and you said the police want to speak with you. Do you have a date or a time when they're asking you to come in?
Yeah, that's been coming on Friday.
This Friday coming or next Friday?
This Friday coming up.
Okay. Also, I hear a lot about the loneliness. You don't feel like you fit in. Most of your friends have moved away. Have you thought about any of the social clubs or groups or activities that go on around here on campus? Have you anything spark your interest? Are you open to some of the things that they have going on for freshmen?
I don't want to not knock it, but it's kind of like I just see them with their friends, and then when they have activities and they talk about their parents, I want to find my birth mother. Find some relatives. Maybe they could be proud of me. Come to some events. Anything helps. But I'm not turning down. Stepping out there.
You are open.
Yeah. I am.
All right. And you just mentioned that you want to find your birth mother and things of that nature. What about counseling? I hear you talk about how you feel alone and you don't have anybody. And that you're stressed out. Are you open to possibly a referral to counseling so that you can talk some of this out with someone, so that you can find coping mechanisms and ways to mentally deal with the stress and the loneliness? Are you open to that?
I've seen some things. I'm not really too sure.
Okay.
I can come back to that though.
All right. That's something we can just kind of talk about later, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, with all of that going on and said, I think the majority or the major issue that I want to address in a two-part fold is 1, your legal issue, 2, your living situation. Even though you already living on campus, I understand that we'll be going on break in a couple of months. You don't have anywhere to go. That would consider yourself to be homeless. So I'm thinking of maybe a referral to some temporary housing places. I'm also gonna ease up on you about maybe talking to the coach, who seems to be a prominent figure and a supportive figure in your life, and just kind of open it up to him. It sounds like you're probably misjudging the fact that he would judge you, and there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed about. We all make mistakes, especially at 18. I mean, these are the times where you should make mistakes, What I do want to do is, where I normally would give you an appointment for maybe like a following week or following 2 weeks, I want to kind of get you back here in a couple of days. Today is Monday, so I'm hoping to have you come back here on Wednesday. Being as though you are going to be meeting with the police on Friday, I would like to get the information that I need and set you up with a referral to the public defender's office or legal aid, so that maybe they can have someone go in with you when you talk to the police and explain it to them what happened. I know you're against turning in your friend, but you might want to consider and think that if you don't, this could be on you. And if you truly didn't know, you don't want to ruin your future right when it's getting started. Okay?
I hear you.
All right. So is that work for you? Are you willing to come back on Wednesday so that we can get on top of this legal stuff first?
Yeah, I need to get that handled.
Okay. All right. So I will see you on Wednesday, November the 11th at 11 a.m. I'll have all the pertinent information for you, and we'll go further into discussing what we might can do for that and the housing issue. And then we'll go into how often we'll follow up after that. Again, I'm going to see you quite recently because you do have that meeting with the police coming up, and I really don't want you to go in there without any kind of resources or support. All right. Do you have any questions for me? Any concerns about anything we talked about today?
No, I feel like, this was helpful.
Okay, good. I'm good. In the event that you have to cancel, I sincerely hope that you don't have to because we got a lot of things going on this week. Mm-hmm. But if you do, just let me know by Tuesday, and then maybe we can try to arrange an appointment that would fit in. Again, like I said, I really would like to see you again before you speak with the police, okay?
Okay.
Well, it was very nice to meet you, Sarah. I want to thank you for coming in. Thank you for using our services, and just know that I'm here to help.
Thank you so much, Ms. Michelle.
You're welcome.